You need a booking system, period. And if you're now sitting like this, please uncross your arms and let's talk about this. So I think and I feel like you picked this video because you realize and feel deep down that something is maybe not as efficient as could be the way you're doing things right now. So let's fix that. Let's start with a story. I do tutoring sometimes on the side because I just enjoy it, and you probably teach yoga classes. And what those things have in common is that you have to get people to book, right? You have to like agree on a time and a date and then agree on the money and then get the money and do all of those things. So in my business, in Yogi Help, I have systems in place. For the tutoring, I always thought, this is just like a side hobby, so I never really set up systems. But the other day, I was having this back and forth conversation with like a student, and they were like, well, okay, so can you maybe do next week, or can you maybe give some more options? And I thought, I have a solution to this problem, to not have all of these back and forth conversations. Why am I not just like implementing that right now? And maybe, and I think that's the reason why I also clicked this video, is because sometimes those back and forths can feel so like draining and like a waste of time. It's like, I don't know, just pick something, or I don't know, just sign up already. And it's like, oh. It took me literally less than 10 minutes. I think 7 minutes, I would say, because I was thinking about my boundaries and like the whole workflow process. It took me like 7 minutes something to set up the whole thing so that I can send the link to the student and they can just do everything on their own, and I would just see it in my calendar and show up to the lesson. And maybe this can also be the same for you if you uncross your arms and we talk about booking systems. So first of all, the obvious thing that the booking system solves is time management. You'll have to spend a lot less time on like back and forth conversations about everything and nothing with people to agree to something. You just set up the system and the system will handle all of it. It will cost you less energy. There will be no like late at night, like some person goes, oh, but can I still join your morning yoga class? And you go like, well, of course, because I need the money and I want to serve you, None of that. They can just find your booking link, sign up for that morning class, and you will see them tomorrow. And then maybe, yes, maybe they will reach out still, in the middle of the night, and they go like, well, where can I find your booking thing? Then all you have to do is just send them the link. So there's a difference between, 30 minutes of like, I hope this person can figure it out and we can like, finally go to bed, and sending a link and then, trusting the process that it will go right. And for the people who are still sitting like this, yes, there is sometimes an initial like setup time. Like I said with the tutoring, it took me 7 minutes. So again, it's not even like a bunch of time to set something up like this. But there is an initial time and energy investment to set up your booking system. And I think that is what holds a lot of people back. But the thing is, that is like literally the whole point of technology. It is built to save us time, to help us like with these meh things that we have to do sometimes. And just think about it like when you're thinking, well, I want to connect with the world, and you buy a new smartphone, you're not going to be like, well, I don't know if I want a new smartphone because I have to, turn it on and then like press a few buttons to set it up. You just go, well, I need a new phone, so of course I'm going to get a phone. So why is there no process of thinking of like, well, should I really do this? Like, and then you just go, I don't know, well, I'll just send letters to people by hand. You don't do that. So why would you do that with like your students, right? Why would you still send them letters by hand? And I think when you realize the power that is like within like, investing a little bit of time up front and then enjoying more time off so that you can like save time on those annoying things, then you will realize that there is like so much more time for other things, like nicer things. And that technology can actually be fun because now it's like all you have to do is just send that link. And related to that, it is also just more professional. So whatever level you operate at, even if it's just a small group class, it is just more professional if you have a link that you can send to people and then they can sign up, and then I don't know, they get a cute little message from you with a picture of you, the whole shebang. It's just more professional. And if you're now thinking, well, but it's just like, those 5 to 10 students that I have every week and they're like regular, so, it just takes a few messages back and forth. I know, but still, those minutes add up. It's at least 5 minutes, because you also have to think about like the switching between tasks, because now you pick up your phone and you have to do the messages instead of doing something else. And then afterwards you will still think about, oh yes, next week I will be teaching this class, and oh, so far I only have 2 signs off, blah blah blah. There's like this whole thing around that message. But if the booking is automated, people can just do it themselves, and you would just see the signs up come in, and there's a lot less like mental clutter and effort to the whole process. And the next thing, and I love this about booking systems, is boundaries. So there's just a clear schedule, clear pricing, clear, like this is when you have access to me, and this is the format in which you have access to me. Because as soon as you start giving your email address or phone number, because I know like most people actually do it just, like sending a WhatsApp message. As soon as you start giving people those, they will be reaching out with all kinds of things, right? But if you just have a clear system where you set up your boundaries, this is when the class is, this is how much it costs, these are the coupon codes or whatever, even like, or bring a friend, whatever. If it's all set up, people don't have all of those questions around the class. And if you're doing private sessions, people will not be like, oh, but maybe you could do this and this time and this date. There is the booking system. Look at it. And I feel like, for me at least, it is like a thing that helps me guard my own boundaries. Because sometimes I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I could do like something in the evening. I never do stuff in the evening. But people literally cannot book it into the system. And I can also not overwrite it in my own system, because the system goes like, well, but that's outside of our boundaries. And it takes me a lot of effort to do that. So there's a resistance for me to go outside my boundaries. And it's like just heaven. And to link back to the professionalism, being so professionalistic. I'm getting very out of hand here with that word, but just, looking a little bit like nice. And your boundaries. The whole experience of a booking system is also nicer for students. In this date and age where we live in, people kind of expect that. And if it's not there, they're like, yeah, sure, we can like message and stuff. And still it might be just, one click to pay or something, because you send them like a payment link or something. But still, if there's another option that still works for them, they will probably pick that one at the end of the day when they are doing their initial search. Because yes, I'm not going to say like, you can get ahead with technology if you're not that great at your actual expertise skills. But it just feels better for students and for you as well. And also on the boundary side, they will say the thing and they go, oh, so this is what I can expect from this teacher. This is their operating times and hours, so I know how they work. Because when they have to send a message to you and go like, well, I don't know, do you have any classes on Tuesday? That is like such a hurdle for someone who's like, who just wants to relax, right? Who just wants to do some yoga. Don't do that to people. Just give them the nice and easy option. And then 2 more things. First of all, start small. I often hear and see that people think, okay, so I need like a booking thing, which means I need a website, which means I need to start social media. Should I start an email list? What is a lead magnet? What is a funnel? And I'm like, oh, stop. You just need a booking system that can do all of the things that I just mentioned. But at the end of the day, all that it does is just allowing people to book things with you. And that's all you need. You don't need a whole website built around it. You don't need email marketing built around it. This is just where you start. If you do not have a booking system, scaling things, even if you don't want to go to like 300 million students, if you just want to go from, 2 or 5 to 10, it will just make it so much easier, because you free up your time. And you don't have to build anything around it yet. And if you have all of those things, you can just put the booking system into it. But it doesn't have to be this huge project. Like I said, it can be done in 7 minutes. And lastly, linking back all the way to the beginning, to my own story, I always considered tutoring as like kind of a side project, side hustle, hobby thing. as long as I treated it that way, it took up more time than was necessary. And it was kind of like a hurdle for my students and for myself, because there was all this frictions that I created by not taking this seriously. And that is also what you're doing to your students. And as soon as we realize that, this is a business, I am not like, just frolicking around here. We can still have fun. I'm not saying we have to be like, super professional, like I said. But if we just consider it like a cute little hobby on the side, there will be that fiction that we create by kind of trying to keep it small and at the same time expecting people to come. Because you don't want to like have super small, like 2-3 people in your classes. You're like, no, but where are the people? Well, that's where they are. They cannot sign up. They cannot join you. And they think, well, I don't know what you're doing. I don't know what's happening here. So we have to make this mindset shift into, this is now a business. I am here to serve people. I am here to do things for people, and I want to make it as easy and as frictionless for them as possible, because it's already a huge step to reach out, to look for a yoga class, to look for a tutor, to say like, I want support with this. So let's support people. And to finish up, I'm going to link down in the description a link to a booking system that you can really set up in less than 7 minutes. It's my booking system as well. I will also link a link to one of my booking links so that you can also check out like how it looks from the other side. And then you can build your own. Again, 7 minutes. We got this. Let's do this. Okay, that's it for today. I think you're awesome.